Well, good evening, everyone. We are tuning in to you from the Wood Forest Bank Stadium at Shenandoah, Texas. My name is Peyton Reeves. I will be your main host for tonight.
And I am Jackson Cochran. I will be accompanying Peyton here in the booth tonight.
And let's welcome
Well, it's
to
welcome to another week of high school football.
we have a great game tonight. It is the Woodlands Highlanders hosting the Cleveland Indians.
That is correct. This is going to be another in-district matchup between the two schools. Obviously, we can look at a couple stats going into it. But Peyton, I know that you are a former alum from the Woodlands. I know you have some knowledge of these guys, and that's why it's good to get your expertise on what's going on in tonight's matchup. But I know that coming into tonight, we have the Woodlands with a 4-1 record. The only loss of the season has been against Willis, and looking at Cleveland's record of the season, they are 0-6.
Very interesting. And their quarterback, their offense personnel has been pretty decent this season. We can see it's their quarterback, number 2, Dominic Gilty, has thrown for 229 yards and 6 interceptions. He has also rushed for 121 yards. He's had 2 rushing touchdowns, and we also have James Cook. There is their top receiver right now, number 28. He has 17 receptions for 182 yards.
And that's pretty impressive for a freshman coming in, and especially in the District 16. I'm sorry, 13-6A. I was misspeaking for a second. But, yeah, for 13-6A, that is very impressive as a freshman coming in and actually being able to put up some of those kinds of numbers. It shows you that Cleveland has got themselves a wide receiver set up for the next couple years. But aren't we going to want to go over some things about what the Woodlands is doing right now?
Yeah, let's talk about the Woodlands. Let's talk some Woodlands stuff. Their quarterback, number 12, Jack Dalton, has thrown for, coming into tonight, for almost 800 yards. He has 3 interceptions and 12 touchdowns, and he has also rushed for 474 yards with 6 touchdowns. And coming off the receiving team, we have number 1, Jackson Bullender, who has 19 receptions for 307 yards with 6 touchdowns. And we have number 2, Shane Walker, who has 18 receptions for 299 yards and 4 touchdowns.
And I want to circle back over to the stats that you just gave about Jack Dalton. What we can see throughout the entire season with the Woodlands, they have gotten into some high leads where they typically have taken Dalton out of the game by the half. If it's a matchup that is completely, that the Woodlands are walking away with the victory, they are going to pull their starters early, and that's why his numbers, if you are looking at them, they're respectable. Close to 800 yards passing on the season, 12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and he's throwing for close to 77%. He's very accurate. And coming in as a junior and replacing Mabry Montoya, who's now playing for Wisconsin, it's so interesting how the Woodlands can continue to have another quarterback that's in waiting after your lead number 1 guy goes and graduates and moves on. It's just one of those things that you look at with the Woodlands that is very impressive.
It for sure is. And just their offensive core in general, we see Bullender and Walker just holding it down there in the wide receiving team, just really being able to get up the field and get some yards, and just being able to have your running backs just being able to get some yards and get up field and score.
And not to mention, you can look on the offensive side. You also have Bartolozzi, Casey Bartolozzi, number 3. I'm sorry, he's on the defensive side. That's my apologies. I know that Bartolozzi has taken some punts and has been on the return team. That's where I see his offensive acumen come in handy. But yes, if you want to go over to the defensive side, you can look at Bartolozzi, and he's one of the top DBs for this Woodlands Highlander core.
Yeah, that's right. He is just that whole defensive core from there, including Bartolozzi, just has been really just a tank this season, just really been bowling through these offenses, and it's just been really good. And now we will hear a word from our sponsors.
Since 1965, the team at Buckaloo Chevrolet has been working hard to deliver a better car buying experience to every customer. If you're looking for a better selection and a better car buying experience, head to Buckaloo Chevrolet. We promise no hassle, no haggle buying, and we never add things to our price you don't ask for. The price you see is the price you pay at Buckaloo Chevrolet on I-45 in Conroe, or shop BuckalooChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. And remember,
it's a better buy at Buckaloo.
Our orthopedic care is shaped around you. And you. And you. Because customizing treatments and using breakthrough techniques is how your comeback starts. Like 3D printing for ultra-precise joint replacements and providing the same specialty care as we do for the Houston Rockets. So you return sooner, stronger, better. This is orthopedic care designed for you. Memorial Hermann, advancing health, personalizing care.
Shopping for a new or used vehicle, or just looking for a place for good, reliable service? Go with the name you know. Gullo Ford, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Toyota. The Gullo family has been serving the Conroe Woodlands area since 1970. So the next time you're shopping for a new or used vehicle, or just need service, do yourself a favor and go see Gullo Toyota, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Ford. Or log on anytime at GulloAuto.com. Gullo, let's drive.
Woodforest National Bank, where convenience meets community. With over 30 branch locations in and around Montgomery County, we're always close by to help you with your banking needs. But we're more than just a bank. We're proud supporters of our local community, dedicated to making Montgomery County a better place to live and work. Experience the difference at Woodforest National Bank. Convenient, caring, and committed to you.
What if a world-leading hospital could also be your neighborhood doctor's office? With Houston Methodist, it is. Our primary care physicians invest time in your visit, so you're seen and heard, virtually and in person at locations across the city. And we're always ready to connect you with our network of top specialists.
That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Thank you to our lovely sponsors who are able to bring this broadcast to you at home who are watching this game tonight. And now let's take a look at the teams. As you can see, we have Cleveland with the white tops and the red pants. And they are out on the field right now getting ready to be loaded into the tunnel. And I believe I've seen the Woodlands wearing all green tonight.
Yeah, during the pre-warm-ups, we did see the Woodlands. They were in their all greens tonight. Something it's not out of the norm. I like the fact that the Woodlands gets to rotate through an assortment of color schemes, and going all green tonight seems fitting for it's just the middle of the football season. Let's change it up a little bit. I know that they've gone red and white. I know they've gone green and red. I think this is going to be the first time I've seen them in the all greens tonight.
This for sure feels like we have seen them in the all greens here at Woodforest for sure this season. They were a little bit of some more stuff coming into tonight for the Woodlands. Their head coach Jim Rapp. This is his 7th season, and under him, the Woodlands has not missed a playoff in 30 years.
That is true. I know that the Woodlands have not missed the playoffs at all in 30 years, which is wild to think about, because as long as I've been watching high school football and even played high school football for a little bit, and obviously after graduation, you see that the Woodlands has always had a dominance, whether it was in the 5A or now in the 6A. They have always been one of the top programs in this district. And I understand that right now the Willis Wildcats are in the top, but Highlanders have always been able to keep it competitive and don't try at all to run up the score if they absolutely don't have to. They keep it respectable any way they can. We're going to go ahead and see this hype video.
calm before the storm. You prepared your body, now get your mind right. When you enter the field, be ready to compete. Be all in.
Here we go, boys. Lock in. Got me.
That was a pretty cool hype video, wasn't it, Jackson?
Yeah, I was surprised by the Star Wars reference right at the very end. And I know that the players just came out of the locker room and they all touched the Stone of Destiny. I guess it's at every single home game for the Woodlands, or is it every single game?
It's at every single game.
Every single game, the Stone of Destiny making its presence as the Highlanders run out of their inflatable tunnel, followed by team lead captains at the very end.
As you can see, they are heading towards the north end zone.
It's a nice, respectable crowd here over at Woodforest Bank Stadium tonight. Everybody making their way over here, especially on a school night. It's not your typical Friday night lights. It's your Thursday night lights.
Weather is... I looked at the weather before kickoff, and it said it was about 80 degrees. There's about 5 miles per hour wind right now. It makes it feel like just 1 degree cooler, which is not a huge difference. As you can see, none of the flags in either the north or the south end zones are waving right now, so there's just a slight bit of humidity. And the ROTC is now making their way to the field for the national anthem. At this time, we will mute ourselves for the playing of the national anthem. We thank you. And now the junior ROTC will make their way off the field as we get ready for kickoff. So Jackson, what can we see here from this Woodlands offense going into tonight?
Well, depending on if they're going to be receiving or if they will be on the defensive side of things, first things first, you have to set the tone. I can see a lot of shirts in the stands from the fans that they say all in 2024. And that's what the Woodlands is aiming to do. They're all in. They're trying to make it further into the postseason. And while they've always made the postseason for the last 30 years, they are in hopes of trying to get as close to that state championship as much as they possibly can. And being all in and setting the tone is one of those key things that they have to do for tonight.
For sure, and we've seen this. We've also seen this Woodlands defense just be really active. You have players like Kason Bartolozzi, Mikey Harrison, who is also leading in passes defended right now with 4th. He has 4. We have Parker Stewart has 3 interceptions, and we also have players like Derek Harrell who have 9 tackles for losses. So this defense is really powerful, really brings the heat, just really is able to be on top of things and just really just move and just stop the ball from being downfield.
And one of the things that the Highlanders are going to do, especially on the defensive side, is being able to win the battle in the trenches. You have your front 7, your defensive linemen, your linebackers that are going to pretty much get in there, plug up the holes, and try to attack behind the line of scrimmage, because as we've seen throughout the season, number 2, Dominique Gilkey for the Cleveland Indians, he is their top passer, and because he's a quarterback, but he is also one of the top rushers for the team. Gilkey pretty much has the ball in his hands at all times.
And we've seen a lot of just passing and receiving from Gilkey as this Cleveland offense has just tried to make their way downfield and try to score. So the Woodlands will be kicking off first. They have deferred to the second half.
And that's what we're going to see now is the kicking team coming out with Scott Starzyk. According to 24/7 Sports, he has committed to Iowa. Now that is still up in the air, but I know that once it is actually signing day coming up, because it is a verbal commit right now, the senior kicker has had plenty of offers, and he is very accurate and has a strong leg. One thing that we like to see from this Woodlands roster is a lot of the star players that they've been able to develop over the years.
So Starzyk will tee off for the Highlanders, and back to receive is number 2, Dominic Gilkey, and number 22, Christian Harrison. So Starzyk favoring left hash, he will kick it off, and this game will be underway. And it looks like Gilkey will call poison as it lands in the end zone for a touchback.
Nothing wrong with going ahead, taking the touchback, starting at your own 25. No reason to run that out as far deep into the end zone that Starzyk was able to kick it.
So this will be the first time we will see this Woodlands defense here and this Indians offense. The quarterback here, number 2, Dominic Gilkey, will be in pistol formation with number 20, Estras Hernandez, to his right. He will hand off to Hernandez, who will run left and be stopped just behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's Drew Honeyman, the senior linebacker, being able to get through the line and giving that tackle for loss. You're going to see quite a bit of TFLs tonight.
So it'll be 2nd and 11 here. It was a loss of 1 on the play. There's a bunch formation on the left side. Randall Jones in motion. High snap to Gilkey. He will take it. He will roll out to his right, looking downfield, and he will find Randall Jones deep around midfield for the Indians' first down.
That was a nice design play by Cleveland, Gilkey able to roll left, throw downfield, and the fact that you had Jones able to get some separation, making a diving catch and cradling it, just all out great effort from the senior wide receiver.
So it'll be 1st and 10 here on the Cleveland 49. Gilkey would take the snap. He will hand off to Hernandez, who will be brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Same thing you're going to see a lot tonight, especially from that front core. They're going to continue to put so much pressure in the trenches, get at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a hard battle, hard-fought battle in the trenches tonight for both this offensive and defensive line.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 here. Play clock just under 10. Gilkey will take the snap. He will hand off to Hernandez, who will again be brought down at the line of scrimmage.
You have just a herd of Highlanders all at the line of scrimmage right here at midfield. Still no gain, and now it's a 3rd and long situation for the Cleveland Indians.
So this Woodlands defense putting pressure here. So it'll now be 3rd and 11 for the Indians. They will run a bunch formation towards the left. Play clock just under 20. Jones in motion. Gilkey will fake the handoff, and he will throw for an incomplete pass towards the Woodlands sideline. So it'll bring up 4th and long for the Indians. So a great 3 and out from the Highlanders.
And James Cantaloupe was right there at the end of the play. He actually did have his hands on the ball. Could have potentially been an interception. He was in the air while hawking the ball, and unfortunately wasn't able to stay in bounds for the potential interception.
So now it'll be a pooch kick of a punt. It'll fall at around the 25. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Woodlands at their own 25-yard line.
Interested to see what Coach has in store for the first play of the game on offense for these Highlanders. Coach Rapp, I know that a lot of the offensive head coaches tend to script things in advance, see what they have in store. Cleveland showing that they're bringing 3 down linemen.
So Dalton will hand off to Bollinger, who is still going and will be pushed out of bounds at around the 35-yard line.
Nice run by Bollinger. Good sweep, able to turn the corner, as you can see here on the replay. Able to just pinball his way through some defenders, and then gets pushed out of bounds by 2 Cleveland players. Just short of the first down.
So it's 2nd and inches. Dalton takes a snap. He will hand off to Halsey, who will be running up the field and will be brought down around midfield for a Highlander first down.
With the first Highlander first down tonight, just good smash mouth football, run up the gut in between the tackles. And I see the Highlanders going a tad up tempo right now.
So it'll be a fresh set of downs at their own 49. Dalton will hand off again to Halsey, who will break some tackles and be brought down around the Cleveland 45-yard line. He has already rushed for 20 yards tonight.
We've seen Halsey throughout the season. They're actually scripting him more on the ground tonight. Something that the Woodlands is going to do is continue to probably keep it on the ground a lot tonight, chew up a lot of clock, able to get home early and get ready for school tomorrow.
So Dalton back. He will pass to number 10, Eli Lancaster, who will be brought down for a first down. He was brought down at around the Cleveland 35-yard line.
And the Highlanders are back in Cleveland territory for the first time tonight. Looks like we have some movement up front. Almost got a player offsides.
So the Woodlands will get a play from the sideline here. Halsey to the left of Dalton. He will take the handoff. Dalton will keep it, and he will be at the 10, and he will score for a Highlander touchdown.
What you see a lot nowadays, this run pass option style offense, a little bit of an option obviously there, and then it was just the play fake to Halsey. Well, we'll see it whenever the replay comes, but yeah, that was a dynamite run for the Highlanders, striking first.
So Starzyk will be out to kick the extra point here. Holding will be number 3, Kason Bartolozzi. And the kick is good. So after the first drive by the Woodlands here, they will be up 7-0 over Cleveland.
And here's the replay. There's that RPO, and then you see a nice stretch to the outside, and then Dalton's hug on the sideline, and he gets pushed by a defender through the end zone for a nice 39-yard touchdown run.
So the punt team will be out to kick now. So you can see towards the south end zone, the ROTC doing their push-ups.
Are we going to go out there and contribute?
I think in second half. We'll see.
In the second half, okay. You want to go out there when the score is going to be higher and do more push-ups.
Exactly.
All right. Let me go ahead and get stretched right now as Starzyk tees it up.
So Starzyk will tee it up, favoring that left hash. Back to kick is again Dominic Gilkey and Christian Harrison. And the Highlanders will kick it off. We will see more of Starzyk's leg tonight. It will be again for a touchback, and the Indians will get the ball at around their own 25-yard line.
And that was quite a kick that went over to the back of the end zone. Basically, you're looking at 60 yards, 70 yards on the kick in total just from the 40-yard line. I'm telling you, the kid has a leg.
He for sure does. And we've seen it with some of the extra points that Starzyk has made. Some of the balls even landing on the roof of the facilities building that is next door to the Woodforest Bank Stadium.
True story.
So now Gilkey will be back in shotgun formation. And there is a whistle. So it looks like there will be a timeout.
Yeah, the play clock was getting close to 0. It's one of those things that you don't want to burn timeouts on potential delay games, especially coming into for your first play in your second drive.
Just as a coach there, it kind of hurts a little bit just to take a timeout, but if you need to just need to refresh, need to be able to see where you're going to be able to get a play here and just be able to gain some yards. So after the timeout, it will be 1st and 10 from Cleveland's 25-yard line. Gilkey back in a split back formation. He'll take the snap and hand off to number 20, Estras Hernandez, who will be stopped at about the line of scrimmage. So it looks like this Highlander defense is keeping the pressure on the Indians here. They will continue to just bulldoze through and try to stop this ground game that the Indians are trying to start here.
Very much so. You look at this front core, they're just bringing the heat, and we've only seen one pass play from Cleveland tonight, and majority of everything else has come from their run game.
So Gilkey with a snap. He will hand off to number 34, Nolan Garmedes, who will be stopped for about a 1 yard gain there.
Cleveland chopping at the bit, trying to get as much yardage as they can, keeping so much personnel right at the line of scrimmage, just continuing to run in between the tackles. Not many answers for what the front seven of this Highlander defense has in store for them.
So it'll be 3rd and 7 here. Play clock just under 10 seconds. Gilkey will take the snap. He will hand it off again, and it'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. So Highlander defense putting a lot of pressure on the Indians tonight, and that will be another 3 and out for the Indians here.
Looks like Cleveland is going to try to keep their offense on the field. They might punt it. There's no one back to return for the Highlanders at the moment.
So with 4th and 5 here, Gilkey takes a snap. He will kind of punt it away last second, and it will roll just slightly out of bounds. So the Woodlands will take over at their 48-yard line for it, or excuse me, at the Cleveland 48-yard line for another drive here.
Back-to-back 3 and outs by Cleveland. Excellent field position for, actually they're going to respot the ball. It's right at the 50. But it's excellent field position yet again for the Highlanders, 50 yards to find the end zone.
So Dalton back in shotgun. He will throw a screen to Eli Lancaster, who will break a couple tackles, and he will be brought down at the Cleveland 35-yard line for a first down. So that is the 3rd first down for the Woodlands tonight. They're just stampeding downfield.
Another quick out. That's one of the MOs of this Highlander offense. They tend to throw. They like to throw deep. They like to throw intermediate. They even like to throw at the line of scrimmage. With the screen, finding Lancaster just wide open in the flat, able to get the catch and run underway for another first down.
Dalton back. He will hand off to Lincoln Halsey, who will break tackles, and he will be brought down at around the 10-yard line for a Highlander first down. They are now in the red zone for a first down. That was a 25-yard run there by number 22, Lincoln Halsey.
Pretty much the entire line of scrimmage opened up wide as Halsey was able to just sail for those 25 yards, and they are now back in the red zone.
So Dalton will throw a screen to number 82, Michael Garcia, who will be brought down at around the 4-yard line. That'll be another first down. So now it'll be 1st and goal for the Highlanders.
No, 2nd and goal.
Or, excuse me, 2nd and goal for the Highlanders. Dalton back to snap. And he will throw it. It will be incomplete. There is some laundry on the field.
This will be our first penalty. It'll be a player on the Cleveland defensive line jumping on off sides. It'll be half the distance to the goal. It'll now be a 2nd and goal at the 2.
So the Woodlands will have another play here to score. Already back in the red zone. It's been a very fast drive for the Woodlands. Dalton will hand it off to Halsey, who will score for another Highlander touchdown. So a little bit of a 2-yard run there for Halsey, and it'll now be 13-0 pending the extra point.
Another good run by this Highlander offense, especially by Halsey. This was pretty much the Halsey drive. As Starzik is ready to kick the extra point.
So the snap was good, and the kick was good. So with 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter, Highlanders 14, Indians nothing.
That's pretty much going to be the storyline of tonight. We're going to see most likely a good amount of rushing touchdowns from the Highlanders. They're wanting to continue to keep this ground and pound in going in play against Cleveland. Pretty much get the clock chewed up as much as you can. Throw downfield is here and there, but it was a nice set of plays for the Woodlands making their way back downfield. They went 50 yards, got another touchdown, 14-0. What can you say?
It's been a great couple of drives for the Woodlands here. Again, like Jackson said here, just chewing up a lot of clock and just being able to get downfield and just score and just extend their lead over here over the Indians. So Starzik will be teeing up on the left hash of their own 40-yard line.
You know, he really likes to favor that left hash.
He really does. We haven't seen Woodlands a lot this season favor the right hash or favor the middle of the field. They really like that left hash.
Kicker's preference. He has the leg.
So Starzik will be kicking off now for the Highlanders. Again, we're seeing that powerful leg come in for the third time tonight for the third touchback. Cleveland's return team here really not having anything at all just to run and try to gain some yards.
They're content with taking the touchbacks and starting at the 25 as much as they can. Wanted to go back and look at a couple of stats on Starzik throughout the season. This year he is 28 for 28 coming into tonight. Now he's 30 for 30 with PATs. He hasn't even attempted a field goal. The Woodlands has been able to continue and make their way into the end zone constantly that they don't have to rely on field goals. All they care about are touchdowns.
And it's crazy to see because most kickers this season that we've seen from the other teams, not just besides the Woodlands and Cleveland, just really not a lot of their team's kickers have those stats. So Gilkey will fake the handoff here. He will have a quarterback keeper. He will maybe get 4 yards on that carry.
James Cantaloupe, one of the DBs in on the tackle. It's a respectable run from Cleveland, getting 4 yards to start this next drive of theirs.
So it'll be 2nd and 6 here from the 29-yard line. They'll be in split back formation here. Play clock under 10 seconds. Gilkey will take a little bit of a high snap. And he will be brought down at the line of scrimmage. Again, we just see this Woodlands defense just walling through here. So it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Indians here.
3rd and medium. It's doable for Cleveland to try and get a first down. They have 1 first down on the night. Looking at some of their other stats on the season, they haven't really found the end zone much. They've scored 29 points coming into tonight out of their 6 losses of the season. They've allowed 329. It's another decent gain from Cleveland. They're just now 4th and short.
It'll be 4th and short here for the Indians. We could see a little bit of a choice here for Gilkey, as he is leading Cleveland in punting right now. He has 4 punts for 110 yards. Before tonight, he had those stats. We will see what Cleveland will try to do here. So it looks like Gilkey would go under center. And it looks like the Woodlands. Looks like there was a big dog pile on the field. Looks like the the Highlanders will have the ball.
That's going to be a turnover on downs from Cleveland. Pretty much Gilkey going under center revealed that they were going to attempt that quarterback sneak, and you saw the line pinch for the defensive line, and the linebackers come in, and they all shot every single A, B, and C gap, both sides, and able to put the pressure on the offense, and were able to meet him at the line of scrimmage for the TOD.
So Dalton will be on the field for the third time tonight. Halsey will be lined up to his right. Dalton will have perfect time to throw. He will throw it downfield. He will find Jackson Bolander, number 1, who is now running across the field, and it will be another Highlander touchdown. So Jack Dalton had plenty of time there. You could see it. You will be able to see it on the replay. But Dalton had plenty of time. That pocket was just wide open. That offensive line just was able to create a perfect hole for him just to be able to find Jackson Bolander, number 1, downfield, enough for them to score.
It was a nice pass. Nice run, catch and run by Bolander. Waiting for Starzik for the PAT.
And the kick is good. So with roughly 2 minutes left in the first quarter, Woodlands 21, Cleveland 0.
Typical 3-step drop, throwing to the far sideline. Bolander was wide open, and he keeps it, and he wants to go to the opposite end of the sideline and get untouched by any Cleveland defender as Bolander crosses the plane for a 33-yard touchdown from Dalton.
Dalton looked like C.J. Stroud throwing a dime to Nico Collins.
Too soon.
If you watch that game on Sunday.
That was a beautiful catch and throw. Throw and catch. But Nico being out, that stings a little bit. He's going to be gone for 4 weeks.
So Starzik will tee up again.
Actually, I think that it's going to be Tate Ryan getting some reps at kicking for Starzik.
So Ryan will tee off here. Looks like a little short kick. It will bounce. Picking up will be number 22, Christian Harrison, who will be brought down around the 30-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians here. That's the first time we've been able to see Cleveland have a chance to run the ball back tonight.
I think that the Highlanders want to see how well they could return the ball. They start back at the 25, but it kept the game a little interesting for the Highlanders.
So Gilkey will take the snap. He will hand off to number 34.
Looks like the ball came out late, but they said that he was down. You could look at Brooks Woodruff playing till the whistle blows, trying to get on that football.
So it'll be 2nd and 4 here. Gilkey back in shotgun formation. He will take the snap. He will hand off. He will hand off to Germandez there, and he will be brought down behind the line of scrimmage for another tackle for loss.
Another TFL for the Highlanders. Didn't have my mic on for a second. I apologize. With the positive yardage that Cleveland had on the previous play, now gets nullified as a loss.
We've seen this Woodlands just really being Highlanders here, really just been able to just bulldoze through this Cleveland offense. So it looks like they will run trips on the far side of the field here. Gilkey will be empty in the backfield here.
You can watch for a potential quarterback draw.
And Gilkey will keep it himself. And he will be brought down for about a 2-yard gain there.
Ryan Harris had a spy there on Gilkey and was able to stay foot for foot with him and tackling him right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, I think that was number 33, Jake Dorsett. My apologies. The 33 and 23 looked very close together.
So after the end of the first quarter, Woodlands 21, Cleveland 0.
It was all Woodlands in that first quarter. 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown, 3 drives, all successful with scoring. On the Cleveland side of things, back-to-back 3-and-outs. Then they went for it on 4th down, which was another turnover on downs. They're going to have a 4th down coming into the second quarter, most likely going to punt with the field position that they have. If it was a 4th and short like they had previously, wouldn't see any issue with them trying to keep it again. But it's unfortunate that Cleveland isn't able to get any momentum going with how ruthless this Woodlands defense can be.
I'm seeing a lot from talking again about this Woodlands offense. Just we've seen a lot of the run game tonight. We've seen a lot of the passing game. It's been good from both of those tonight. Jack Dalton has been on fire trying to find Lincoln Halsey again with that 2-yard rushing touchdown during the second drive for the Woodlands. So it looks like Gilkey will be back to punt here. And it will bounce around the Woodlands 35.
I would say that's one of the best punts from Gilkey tonight. And no one back there to return for the Woodlands, but a favorable bounce. And this, I think, will be the furthest back we will see the Woodlands start after just 12 minutes of play.
And we've seen a lot of teams like this just having a lot of yards to go down the field and just being able to just get the ball downfield really quickly and just be able to gain a lot of yards. As Dalton will be back to throw, perfect amount of time to be able to throw. And there is some laundry on the field. It looks like there was some little bit of pass interference there on Cleveland.
Yeah, Dalton thrown into double coverage, looking for Bolander there. Pass interference. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty for Cleveland, getting their second penalty of the evening.
This will be another first down for the Highlanders after the pass interference.
Nothing wrong with what the officiants are doing. They're out there doing their job tonight. Nothing but respect for the referees. They see everything a lot closer than what I can from up here.
Dalton back. He will throw to number 82, Michael Garcia, who will break a couple tackles and be brought down around the 30-yard line for a Highlander first down. So that is the 5th first down that the Highlanders have had tonight. Or excuse me, the 6th they've had tonight. Highlanders stampeding down the field. Dalton back with plenty of time to throw. He is looking for Garcia downfield, who will catch it for a Highlander touchdown. Dalton had plenty of time there in the pocket to just find Garcia downfield. Garcia was under double coverage, but was able to find the corner of that back corner of the end zone just to be able to catch the ball there and score.
Nice Well, obviously, nice throw. We'll see the replay after the PAT.
So it will be Starzyk out to kick the field goal. The hold was good, and the kick is good, and it will, again, land on the building, the facilities building next to Wood Forest Bank Stadium.
And we're going to need to get someone over there on the roof to go retrieve that. But here's the replay. Dalton, plenty of time in the pocket. Garcia able to get a yard or two ahead of the double coverage. And it was just a nice streak pass downfield. Beautiful pass, beautiful catch, beautiful touchdown.
So after 4 drives from the Woodlands, it is now 28-0. So it looks like Tate Ryan will be out to kick for the Woodlands, still favoring that left hash. Gilkey and Harrison still back to receive for the Indians. And the kick. It was a deep kick, and it landed out of bounds.
That's going to be the first penalty of the night for the Woodlands as they kicked it out of bounds. They'll have the 5-yard penalty, and Cleveland will start their own 30.
So after the penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 from the Cleveland 30-yard line. We have about 11 minutes left here in the second quarter. Woodlands has been very efficient tonight with their time of possession. Again, we don't have that exact number, but the Woodlands, as we have seen tonight, just have been very efficient, been able to gain some yards and just be able to push downfield.
They've been keeping their drives pretty fast, usually at least under 2 minutes per drive.
And looks like he was down. Looks like Garmendez was down before the ball came out. Gilkey tried to hand off to Garmendez and looked like he was chasing unicorns out there.
There was, as you look at the replay here, obviously you can see that James Canloop was in on the back end of that tackle, but Derek Williams led the pack for that TFL, another tackle for loss for the Woodlands, which they're going to get quite a bit of stats for those TFLs tonight.
Gilkey back in the gun. He will fake the handoff to Garmendez. That pass will be incomplete. It was intended for number 22, Christian Harrison. So it'll be 3rd and 11 here for the Indians.
I forget that Gilkey has that left-handed release. He's a southpaw, and you don't see that many left-handed quarterbacks that often. The way that he comes out of center, he looked like he was going to hand off to the right, and then he switched his footing up, and then he threw to the left. Because when you're taking the snap and you're handing off, you kind of resemble like you're still having the ball like you're a right-handed quarterback.
So Gilkey will fake the handoff. He will throw to, he was intending that pass for number 20, Esdras Hernandez. Number 28, James Cook. It was an incomplete pass. So it'll be 4th, and it will be 4th and long for the Indians here.
A little high on the pass over there to Cook. It was in his hands, wasn't able to continue to keep possession as he was getting down and tackled. Oh, that's a high snap.
He will still get the punt off in time. Bartolozzi will pick it up and run with it. And he will take off. He's at the 20, at the 10, and he will be brought down around the 5-yard line towards the north end zone.
That was a lot of activity on that one play. You just see the replay here. It was a high snap. good recovery, just able to kick it and get some yardage with the boot there. And then Bartolozzi, the Cleveland players assumed that he was just going to let the play die. No, went ahead and did a scoop and almost was a complete scoop and score. But it's now going to be 1st and goal at the 8.
Starting at the 8-yard line, Dalton back in shotgun. He will have perfect time. There's a blitz coming. He will keep it, and he will try to find number 33, Jake Dorsett, who just drops it in the end zone. So it'll be an incomplete pass. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the Cleveland 8-yard line.
Plenty of time there from Dalton, able to find a man in the end zone. Just unfortunate that it wasn't able to keep the reception.
So Dalton will hand off to number 29, Jason Haskins, who will score. So that will be an 8-yard rushing touchdown for Haskins. And the Woodlands have now broken 30. So Starzyk will be back to kick. The hold good. And the kick will be good.
So that was number 29, Jason Haskins, on the score here on the replay. The sophomore getting some varsity reps tonight as he was able to find an open hole and cross the plane, and that's going to be his first score of the season on varsity.
I think it will be.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the big time.
As they do say, welcome to the majors. Different sport, but still welcome to the big leagues. So it looks like the Woodlands will stick with Tate Ryan for the punts. Or, excuse me, kickoff. Amen. I think with the Woodlands here, they're trying to give Starzyk just a night off. He's had great kicks tonight. He's 4 for 4 on PATs, or excuse me, 5 for 5 on PATs. And Ryan will have a deep kick that will land in the end zone. It will bounce back inbounds for 1 second and then roll back into the end zone.
It'll be a touchback. You're going to start at their own 25 again. This will be the 6th drive of the evening for Cleveland. And the Woodlands have been 5 for 5 with their drives, all finding the end zone.
So Cleveland will be now coming on the field after breaking the huddle. Looks like the ball will be respotted to about the 25-yard line. It looks like they tried to start it on the 30, and then it was respotted to the 25-yard line. Gilkey back here in the pistol formation. He will again try to roll out to his left, and he will be sacked.
Little miscommunication on the play call. So Owen Wills leading the sack there. Gilkey losing his helmet on the play, has to sit a play out. Those are the rules in store. If a piece of equipment comes off, you got to take a quick play off the sideline, and then he'll be back following that, and goes on in college as well, not in the professional levels, not in the NFL.
So it looks like number 15, Alan Chavez, will take a play. So that'll be Cleveland's second timeout of the half.
Yeah, they were running low on the play clock and they had to go ahead and burn another timeout. I still think that Gilkey will have to sit out a complete play unless the timeout gives them the ability to come back in and play. Oh, it's not the all greens. They're the blacks tonight. I thought it was green from up here, but you see on the Jumbotron close up, it's that matte black with the green accent.
So looks like Gilkey will be back out. Looks like the timeout did give him a break, so now he will be back out on the field. Gilkey will hand off to Garmendez, who will gain about 5 yards on the play.
Good run by Garmendez, able to turn that corner from the left side, from the far side, and able to get them back between the sticks after having that initial sack.
So it'll be 3rd and 9 here. Play clock just under 20. We have about 8 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the half. Gilkey back in the gun. He will fake the handoff, and he will throw. Ball will be out.
Could potentially be the first turnover of the night. Waiting for the end result from. They're going to say that he was down. They said the Cook is down right there. It's going to be a 4th and short. We don't have replay. We can't really see if he was losing the ball as he was being tackled. But we're going to take the referee's word for it, and now going to be a 4th and short, and Cleveland's going to go for it again.
So Gilkey back empty. They're running trips on the far side of the field. And there is a flag on the field. It looks like it may have been a false start on Cleveland. It'll be a 5-yard penalty with a false start there.
It's unfortunate, one of those false starts whenever you had a 4th and short, making it now a 4th and 6. It looks like they're going to continue to go with the script with this 4th down, going for it on 4th down.
So it'll be 4th and 6 here. And Gilkey will punt it into open territory. And Cleveland will sit on the ball. I mean, after what happened with, Jackson, after what happened with Bartolozzi in the last play after they punted, I think Cleveland there was like, okay, let's get back, let's get on the ball, just so that way the Woodlands doesn't have a chance to run it back here.
Yeah, and this punt was very high, able to get a lot of the Cleveland players downfield, get to where the ball was, and once it started to bounce back into their direction, they wanted to go ahead and call the play down as they're now lined up at the 50 on midfield.
So Dalton will be back in shotgun. He will hand it off to number 29, Jason Haskins, who will break a lot of tackles, and he will be brought down around the Indians' 38-yard line for a first down. So it looks like in for quarterback now is number 6, Parker Stevenson.
Go ahead and say have yourself a night, Jack Dalton. You've allowed 5 back-to-back scores for your team and let the sophomore come in and get some first-team reps.
So Stevenson will have time to throw. He threw a dart there to number 83, Johnny Bollinger. It will be brought down at the Cleveland 20-yard line for another first down.
Look here. Stevenson just threw a missile, got over to Bollinger, able to get – he was wide open, playing that zone well, running that route in that zone well, and getting another first down for the Highlanders.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Stevenson back. He has plenty of time to throw. He'll find number 89, Preston Stevenson, his brother.
Learned something new tonight. Are they twins? They're both sophomores.
I don't know.
Okay, well, Stevenson to Stevenson, I like that.
A little bit of family action there.
It's a family tradition up here at the Woodlands at Woodforest Bank Stadium.
Could call it the family tree.
Family tree. I like that.
So Stevenson will hand it off to Haskins there, who will run it up the middle. Be brought down around the 12-yard line. So the Highlanders will be in the red zone here. So it'll be 3rd and 5 here for the Woodlands. Stevenson back in shotgun formation here. And there will be a flag. It looks like there was some movement there from the defense.
Yeah, that was going to be a free play for the offense. Went ahead and took a chance at the end zone. If it wouldn't have been in the Woodlands' favor, they were just going to go ahead and take the penalty. Now they're going to take the free yards, move up 5 more, and be another first down for them. That's going to be their 9th first down this evening on their 6th drive of the night.
So it'll be 1st and goal here with 5 minutes left in regulation. The Woodlands getting a play from the sideline here. Stevenson back in shotgun formation. Haskins lined up to his right. Stevenson will take the snap, hand it off to Haskins, who will be tackled around the 3-yard line.
It's a well-designed run by Haskins, able to run in between the center and guard and gets positive yardage. It's just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
So it's 2nd and goal now. Looks like the Woodlands are going to try to pull a run game here. Stevenson will again hand it off to Haskins, who will run it in for another Highlander touchdown.
Back-to-back drives. Haskins finds back-to-back scores. Have yourself a night for the sophomore.
So Haskins was able to just get the football, just find his gap there, and just be able to get into that north end zone for a touchdown for the Woodlands. So Starzik will be back to kick here. Good snap, good hold, and good kick. And it will not be on the roof this time. It will hit the top balcony of the facilities building.
A kicker like Starzik has that type of precision where he can easily put it where he wants it. And I think he was aiming for that thin layer in between the roof, trying to hit that. And we just saw the replay of the Haskins score. And now I see the junior ROTC doing more push-ups. We should have taken that offer earlier. We should have been down there earlier. I don't know if I can make it down there during the half. You can do my push-ups for me.
Well, we will see. During the half, you will probably see me and Jackson down on the field with the band.
No, you're going to see Peyton on the field. He's going to be doing his push-ups. He said that he was going to do the push-ups at the half. We have the recording. We can go back. We can play it back for you. Peyton said he's going to go down there at the half.
I didn't fully say that. But you know what?
We can play the tape.
You know what? It's fine. We do have the tape. So, anyways, it is 42-0.
Anyways,
now.
nice segue.
And Ryan will kick it deep for another touchback. So we're seeing some leg power from these Woodlands kickers tonight.
Don't know what specific exercises you're working on in the weight room. If you're doing any of that TB12 pliability type of training, if you're going to be concentrating more on lunges and squats, building up the strength of your hamstrings.
So this will be the 7th drive for Cleveland tonight.
Only 1 first down.
Gilkey back in shotgun. He will take the snap, fake the handoff for a quarterback keeper, and he will be pushed out of bounds for a 5-yard gain on the play.
I don't know if there's some miscommunication in the backfield, if the running back is getting the wrong play for what hole he needs to be attacking, or if it's kind of a misdirection that they're giving the defense, if they are design runs or not. I'm a little confused of what just happened in that previous play. While there was a gain, a positive gain.
There for sure was some positive gain there. This looks like Gilkey's kind of clueless just a little bit. Gilkey there will hand off to number 31, Solomon Quintero.
Another short gain for Cleveland. I believe I was watching number 68, Diego Martinez, pull from the right guard position to try to be the lead blocker. Got to give some of these offensive linemen some recognition. Need to follow up on a couple of the Woodlands linemen in the second half, or the next series, I mean.
So it'll be 3rd and 4 here for Cleveland. Gilkey will fake the handoff. He'll be chased, and he will throw it downfield, looking for number 28, James Cook, and it will be incomplete.
Tight coverage as Gilkey was throwing in the direction of Cook. Just excellent coverage from these Woodlands defensive backs. We see Cleveland keeping their offense on the field. I know that Gilkey does do the punting for Cleveland. Probably going to do another punt, no one back to return for the Woodlands, in case there could be a potential fake here.
And there looks to be a flag. May have been before the snap. There's a false start on Cleveland. I believe that is their 5th penalty of the night.
Yeah, 5th penalty. That'll tack on 32 yards total of yards against them.
So it'll be 4th and 9 here for Cleveland. See Bartolozzi just playing just a little bit deeper down the field now, anticipating the punt. So it'll be like a little shallow punt there. And it looks like the Woodlands called poison on it. So now the band of Highlanders, Stevenson and crew, will be out to start off this drive, the 7th drive for the Woodlands tonight.
They're back in their own territory starting off on this drive. Have 55 yards to make it to the end zone with 2 minutes and 59 seconds to do it. It's doable for this offense. They've been able to get down the field a whole lot faster in previous drives. They might utilize the ground game here more if they're trying to chew up a lot of clock. Coming up on 8 o'clock right here. We're only an hour in with 3 minutes roughly left in the first half.
So it's been impressive from this Woodlands offense. And we've just seen just this most of the time for this second quarter, we have seen a little bit more of the passing game for the Woodlands. In the first quarter, you saw a lot of the ground game. They were trying to really just chew up clock here as Stevenson will hand it off to Haskins again. He will break a tackle. He will break another tackle. He's still on his feet at the 20, the 10, and he will score again.
We call that a hat trick if you follow hockey or soccer. That's 3 scores of the night now for Haskins, 3 rushing touchdowns. And that one was for 55 yards.
So, Jason Haskins, have yourself a night.
I'm saying.
He's had 3 rushing touchdowns back to back to back. You know, in bowling, if it was strikes, they would call that a turkey. So Ryan will kick the field goal that time, and the kick is good. So
See the replay. I want to see how many tackles he was able to break there. Delayed handoff, 1, spin move, 2, 3, and able to get separation and continue to put on the Jets. So 3 broken tackles for a 55-yard rushing touchdown. And we know that he has rushed at least 70 yards on the night. I'm trying to keep an eye on. He's probably closer to the century mark than anything.
So it looks like with that extra point there, it looks like Starzyk will be off for the rest of the night. So it looks like Starzyk will be able to have himself a little bit of a siesta going into this second half. Ryan will be out there to kick off for the Highlanders. He will kick it deep for a touchback.
What you're going to see a lot in this from now to the end of the game, you're going to see more people getting more reps that you wouldn't see in other games later on in the season, because I know in the upcoming weeks, because we know that the Woodlands did lose to Willis, and Willis still remains undefeated. But if you look further down in the season, next week you have the Woodlands here at Woodforest Bank Stadium next Thursday night versus College Park. College Park will be the home team. And then the last, I believe it's the Week 10, that's the big test. It's going to be senior night for Conroe versus the Woodlands. Conroe's going to be hosting the Woodlands for senior night, Week 10, and Conroe could still be undefeated by then if they haven't played Willis yet.
So on that play, while we were discussing that, Cleveland had about a 2-yard gain there, or excuse me, a 2-yard loss there. And it was number 26, Timothy Park, who had the tackle there. So it'll be 2nd and 12 now. Gilkey back in shotgun. He will hand off to number 20. Actually, he will fake the handoff there with a quarterback keeper. And he will be brought down now inside the pins.
It's kind of been this no man's land. They can't really do much of anything at the 25 for Cleveland. They've only had 1 first down tonight. They've had 4 3-and-outs, 1 turnover on downs. I'm sorry, 5 3-and-outs. This is their 7th drive of the night.
So it's 3rd and 9 now with a minute left in the half. Play clock at 3. Gilkey will take the snap. Woodlands will bring the blitz and is intercepted. And number 20, Drew Walters, they say he will be down at the 35-yard line for Cleveland, so it'll be another turnover on downs.
Whenever it comes to high school and college football, if the player has any appendage down whenever making a reception, they're going to signal the play down right where it happened, where the interception occurred. And we get to see this Woodlands offense with 1:07 left. They were able to punch it in with less than 10 seconds their previous drive. And this is actually the 8th drive of the night.
So we're seeing a little bit of the second string guys coming in for the Woodlands now. Parker Stevenson back in the gun. He will hand it off. It will be brought up the middle for a first down. It was number 11, Cadriel Outlaw, on the carry up the middle. That was a first down there for the Highlanders. Game clock at 50 seconds now. Woodlands getting a play from the sideline.
Probably going to just chew up some clock here. Have maybe one or two more plays if they don't score here.
Stevenson in split back formation. He will hand it off again to number 14, Drew Corley there. He will be pushed out of bounds in the red zone for the Woodlands.
Another first down for the Woodlands. That'll be their 11th first down of the night. Looks like they will have one more play, and then if they decide to take a knee here or if they are going to go ahead and try to punch it in.
Game clock running now at 15 seconds, and it looks like they are going to go ahead and walk to the locker room. So after the first half here, Woodlands 49, Cleveland nothing.
Yeah, you saw Coach Rapp on the sideline signaling to Stevenson, come to the sideline, let's go in. That's it for the half. We have a dominant lead going into halftime here, and as you said, Peyton, Woodlands leading 49-0. Other than the 8th drive, which ended in regulation, they were 7-7 on their first drives, all finding the end zone.
So now both the bands and color guards for the Woodlands and Cleveland will both make their way to the fields. Looks like Cleveland's band and drill team will be on first, and then it will be the Woodlands Highlanders band afterwards. So we hope that you enjoy this entertainment. We are going to take a quick break, and then we will be back for the start of the third quarter.
Yeah, Peyton's going to go do some push-ups, and then he'll be back up here sweaty.
Maybe, we'll see.
Lying to the crowd. Don't like it. Enjoy the halftime festivities. We'll be back soon.
Well, we hope you enjoyed those halftime festivities. The Woodlands looking colorful, very, very colorful.
Make you miss being out there?
I do a little bit. You know, I had a lot of fun memories out there on the marching field. Won some awards that I'll never forget the time and the effort that I put into that. But at the end of the day, it's still, you know, just another thing. So it's good. I miss it, but it was a lot of fun. So.
Well, at least you have the fond memories you can always look back on, and especially coming here during the games, you actually get to reminisce and think about, get that nostalgia bug coming in from time to time.
Yeah. So
it's been quite an exciting first half. If you're a Woodlands fan, they are leading 49-0, and there were 7 touchdowns scored in the first half alone.
That's right. We had a 39 rushing touchdown from Jack Dalton. We had a 2-yard rushing touchdown from Lincoln Halsey. We had a 33-yard touchdown from Jackson Bullender, a 32-yard passing touchdown to Garcia.
It was Garcia.
Garcia. We had 3 back-to-back touchdowns from Jason Haskins, starting off with an 8-yard rushing touchdown, a 2-yard rushing touchdown, and then a 55-yard rushing touchdown. And speaking of the Woodlands now, here they come onto the field out of their tunnel.
Running through the banner. In the last play of the half, Coach Rapp showing some sportsmanship, saying to his team, hey, we're at the 8. We easily can score here. Don't need to. We already have a high enough score. Let's go ahead and move to the sideline. Let's call it and take our TO, and then we're going to come back and finish the second half of football.
So,
yeah, there's a fly up here in the booth. I'm trying to get it, yes.
The Woodlands soaring through to take the lead right now.
And they will be receiving the ball in the second half.
So
this will be the first time we actually see the Cleveland field goal, or not field goal, I apologize, kickoff team.
Yeah, we haven't really seen a lot from – we really haven't seen any of the Cleveland kicking team tonight. You know, all their plays, this Woodlands defense has really been bringing the power, really been high on their horses tonight, really just stampeding through this Cleveland offense.
Very much so. As you can see, a lot. If we're looking at everything from the defensive side from the Woodlands, they've drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3-and-outs out of the 8 drives from Cleveland from the first half. 6 3-and-outs, 1 turnover on downs where they had pretty good field position. They were close to midfield where they went forward on to 4th and short. But then the last time that we saw the Cleveland offense on the field, they threw the interception, which led to the Woodlands just eating up the clock and going into the locker room to close out the half.
And, you know, we've seen just a lot tonight, Woodlands offense-wise. You know, Jack Dalton has had a heck of a game tonight, just throwing for and just handing off the ball for 7 touchdowns tonight, already starting off for the first half. As we see, it looks like Cleveland lining up now, and they will kick off with a little pooch kick here.
Looks like they might have recovered that. It went 10 yards.
So we will get.
Wow, turn of events. Getting to see Cleveland catching the Woodlands off guard and recovering their own kickoff.
So Cleveland will have the ball. So it'll be from the Woodlands 42-yard line here.
This is the first time we've seen them in Woodlands territory tonight.
Gillicky will take the snap. He will hand off here to number 9, Randall Jones, who is now being pushed back for a tackle for loss.
And in one of those situations, as you're going to see on the replay here, that's where you need to just go ahead and get down. Jones broke a tackle and decided to turn around and see if he can get some extra yardage. Turns out Forward progress would have ended where you were initially stopped, but then resetting and trying to run some more made it even further loss, which is now a 10-yard loss.
So it'll be 2nd and long here for the Indians. Gilkey will take the snap. He will hand off to number 34. Actually, will fake the handoff to number 34, Garmendez, and he will be brought down at around midfield with about a 3-yard gain there.
I think that was Drew Honeyman leading the tackle for the Highlanders, stopping for another loss, another tackle for loss. If you're keeping score at home, just make another notch for the tackle for loss for the Woodlands, as it's now 3rd and 21, 3rd and eternity.
So Gilkey now back in the gun. As number 34, Garmendez behind him. He will hand off. Actually, he'll fake the handoff to Garmendez, and he will be rushed, and he will overthrow James Cook. Looking downfield about the Woodlands 30-yard line. Looks like Gilkey was just trying to find him downfield. He had plenty of time to throw. There was a little bit of a blitz there, but he was able to get the football out, just not in time for James Cook.
It's kind of been the entire MO for the Cleveland offense tonight. A lot of incomplete passes, haven't been able to truly complete anything, and you're continuing to get pushed back as we see that they're going to go ahead and punt again here.
So Gilkey will punt it. And the Woodlands will watch it roll. So now it'll be 1st and 10 for the Woodlands from, I believe, their 47-yard or their own 27-yard line.
This will be the furthest we will see the Woodlands offense start a drive tonight. Pretty much the closest thing to a touchback that they've had tonight. And you can't help but feel for Cleveland. You went for kind of a high onside kick. You were able to recover, and you weren't able to capitalize in trying to at least get some form of first down.
So Stevenson with a high snap. He will hand off here to number 11, Cadriel Outlaw, who will run it up the middle.
Well, Outlaw is running like an outlaw.
He for sure is. He is stampeding through this Cleveland defense. It is now 2nd and inches. Stevenson back. Stevenson back in the gun now. Outlaw to his left. He will throw a screen to the far side of the field for a 5-yard gain there. It'll be a first down.
If we were able to have a graphic that would pop up here, it would just show the first half stats and of both teams, and this is just the complete dominance of the Woodlands with the amount of yards they've been able to gain, the first downs. That was their 12th first down of the evening, as they are allowing the game clock to continue to run. Not only they're letting the play clock get as close to 0 as they can, because you know that they're just going to be going home with that W.
So Stevenson will hand off to Outlaw here, who is still on his feet. He's about the 40, and he will be pushed out of bounds at around the Cleveland 40-yard line. It's a great run there by Outlaw.
Magnificent run. If you see here on the replay, big gaping hole, able to just cut through, get to the second level, continue to churn, finally pushed out of bounds by a Cleveland defender.
So it'll be 1st and 10 on the Cleveland 38-yard line. Play clock just under 20 now. Stevenson back in shotgun formation. That was Corley in motion. Stevenson will hand off to Outlaw again, who will break a tackle. He's still on his feet, and he will be brought down at around the 25-yard line for another Highlander first down.
You could say that Outlaw was a little slippery on that run, able to follow the tackle, kind of do a side motion, and push the defender out of his way, and then finally gets tackled.
So after that play there,
Another first down.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Woodlands. They've had a lot of fresh downs tonight, just being able to just pick as many first downs from the Strawberry Field as they want. Blitz coming. Stevenson will find number 87. Brody Stoller on that play will be pushed out of bounds at around the 10-yard line. So the Woodlands will now be in the red zone again for about the 9th time tonight.
That's another first down. You see that it's a screen play. Cleveland thought that they were going to be able to get pressure to Stevenson. Stevenson letting the play develop, able to find Stoller, and now it's another first down in the red zone for the Highlanders.
So Stevenson back pistol formation now. He will take the snap. He will hand off to Outlaw. Outlaw will run up the middle in for a Highlander touchdown. You could see it look there that the offensive line just split. And Outlaw was just able to find his way through to the end zone.
Starzyk making his way back on the field to kick the extra point. But, yeah, we're going to see that instant replay following the PAT, and we can break this down for you for that 13-yard rushing touchdown by Mr. Cadriel Outlaw.
Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. So it'll be, after that, very, very fast. We can see on the replay here that the offensive line just was able to open a hole for Outlaw.
Not only that, the way that the offensive line was blocking to the left and had wide open space on the right side of the line, that Outlaw was able to cut to the right and then have wide open spaces into the end zone.
So after that very fast drive from the Woodlands, it is now Woodlands 56, Cleveland nothing.
It's been nothing but all Woodlands tonight.
It really has been. Just this Woodlands offense has just been tearing through this Indian defense tonight, and it's just able to get downfield, get some yards. Sure, they've had a couple of ground game plays, we saw just recently with that touchdown. And their passing game has looked pretty good tonight too. So we will see as Ryan does kick off here. He will have a deep kick, which will go into the end zone for a touchback. So Cleveland will get the ball at their own 25-yard line.
Not only that, you can look back at the Woodlands offense as a whole. They haven't run the ball. They've run the ball effectively, but they haven't shown high stats like other schools throughout the district. And tonight, they're showing that they can run the ball. Not only can we throw downfield, we could throw to the middle of the field, we could throw sideline to sideline, but we are showing you that we can actually move the ball on the ground if we need to be. Just 3 different phases of football: special teams, defense, offense. Everything is working in the favor of the Woodlands tonight.
So Gilkey would take the snap. He had trips to the near side of the field. There was a blitz, and he threw it incomplete. I believe he was looking for number 9, Randall Jones, on that play. Just underthrew him just by a little bit of yardage there. It is now 2nd and 10 from the Cleveland 25.
Not wanting to sound like a broken record. Just what Cleveland's been doing. I know that Gilkey is trying his best to make some completions. This Highlander defense is too aggressive, and they're playing too tight of a coverage where Gilkey can even get enough time to find his open man.
So they will run bunch formation to the outside. Gilkey with the quarterback keeper. He will run it up to the far side of the field. It looks like he will be pushed out of bounds at around the 30-yard line.
And here in the second half, we've been seeing a lot of the second string getting some reps, being able to get some in-play time for the varsity, and being able to show that how much depth this Highlander team has. Still being able to make these stops, even with your second stringers, just shows how great that this program has been over the years.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 here for the Indians. Gilkey will take the snap in shotgun formation. He will fake the handoff to number 34, Garmendez, and looks like they will get a first down there.
That is going to be the second first down of the night for Cleveland.
So Cleveland gaining some positive yardage there, enough to get a first down. We haven't seen them really a whole lot on the first down side of things tonight with the offense, but
very rarely move those sticks.
So it looks like Cleveland will have a first down here. They will have a fresh set of downs. Gilkey in shotgun. He will take the play. He will fake the handoff. He will try to throw here, and he will complete the catch. And he will, number 36, Sebastian.
Well, that was a nice throw and catch from Cleveland. Caught us off guard. Excellent route, run up the middle. I think that was Cook on the reception for Cleveland. And not only another first down, but Cleveland is officially in the red zone for the first time tonight. It's going to be a 1st and goal at the Woodlands 5.
And we've seen teams like this before here playing at Woodforest Bank Stadium that just have been down so deep on the field with like 70, 80 yards to gain. And just coming up field just to get here. There will be a whistle before the snap. So there will be a timeout.
That'll be the first timeout for Cleveland this half, and I'm still in awe of the previous play, that massive gain from Cleveland.
Just looked there like James Cook just was able to get downfield. There was nobody blocking him there, and he was just able to make a catch and just be able to run downfield and get into the red zone for Cleveland tonight. It was a huge first down that they had and that they needed.
It was a well-executed route, and there was plenty of time in the pocket for Gilkey to complete that pass.
So Gilkey will be in split back here. 1st and goal. Gilkey will take the snap. He will hand off to number 34, Garmendez.
Just short of the end zone. Looks like it's going to be maybe a second and it's a 2nd and goal. Probably at the 1 is where they're spotting him as they bring the hurry-up offense.
So it'll be 2nd and goal, but it'll be from the 1-yard line. The Woodlands offense, or the Woodlands defense here, will bunch up. Gilkey will get the snap. He will be stopped in the backfield. The Woodlands defense really had a chance there, just trying to bunch up and just stop Cleveland from scoring on that play.
Every single defensive lineman and linebacker plug those holes. They're trying to keep Cleveland out of the end zone. Now it looks to be maybe a 3rd. It's a 3rd and goal, maybe at the 2. Maybe still at the 1. Maybe it's like the 1.5. It's in between the 1 and 2 yard line.
So Cleveland in the huddle now. Gilkey will be empty in the backfield. They're running trips near the near side of the field. Gilkey takes the snap. He will try for a quarterback keeper. His helmet will come off. There will be multiple penalties markers on the field. This may or may not be on the Woodlands. So there was a personal foul on the Woodlands. Again, you got to really be careful with those kinds of penalties, because if you get 2 of those, you are officially out of the game. You're just disqualified. It's really rough there.
And Gilkey's going to have to sit out this play since his helmet did come off. Now it's a fresh set of downs for the offense. Well, maybe Gilkey's able to, because of it being a personal foul, is he going to still be in?
Gilkey will still play.
Okay.
Yes. So he is in split back now. Is 1st and 1. He will hand off to Garmendes, who will be stopped in the backfield by a host of Highlanders there.
Quincy Davis is leading the bunch. It's going to be another loss.
So it'll be a loss of 3 yards on the play. We've seen a lot of that's just been the Woodlands game tonight. It's just been tackles for losses. They've just had a bunch tonight. We've seen from this Woodlands defense just clawing at the bit, just chomping at the bit here, stopping this Indian offense.
While Cleveland had the big play, the Woodlands is not trying to let them actually execute and capitalize.
But Gilkey will take the snap. He will hand off to Garmendes, who will be stopped again with another tackle for loss by a host of Highlanders. And he was stopped down there. Leading the charge was number 91, Renato Sada, the senior defensive lineman.
Yeah, this fresh set of downs started at the 1, especially with the personal foul that gave half the distance to the goal. And now it's been 5 yards, a 5-yard loss over the last 2 plays from this Woodlands defense. They're not letting them try to execute here at all.
So Gilkey will fake the handoff to Garmendes. There will be a flag on the field. We'll see what the head referee, again, he will be in the white hat tonight. You'll be able to tell. Let's see what.
Okay, I think that they might have got confused that it could have been a pass interference, but instead it was just a tip ball. So there will not be a flag, and nothing wrong with Cleveland going forward here on 4th down. It's a 4th and 6, trying to find 6 here.
Gilkey will be in shotgun. They will run trips near the near side. Actually, Gilkey will be empty in the backfield. And it looks like there will be a timeout by Cleveland. So that is their 2nd timeout of the half here.
With about less than 4 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter, looking at what Cleveland has in store, they're trying to find a touchdown here. They've only scored 29 points on the entire season. This would be a huge victory for them to actually make it to the end zone. And the Woodlands trying to keep this shutout intact, not wanting them to cross the plane and give them these other 6 yards.
So after the timeout there, Cleveland it'll be 4th and 6 from the Woodlands 6-yard line for Cleveland. Gilkey will be in shotgun formation. Looks like they're running a bunch formation there with the wide receivers on the near side. Actually, it'll be a field goal. They're going to try to attempt a field goal here.
Now looks like Woodlands are taking their first timeout. They didn't have the personnel on the field to block a field goal. They want to bring out the special teams.
So before the timeout, the kicker tonight for Cleveland is number 89, Moises Sanchez. If we look at his stats tonight, he is first for Cleveland. He's made two out of 2 PATs with 1 field goal.
Whenever Cleveland has been in range, they have been successful by either kicking the extra point and actually kicking a field goal. He is 1 for 1 on the season. He has 100%. He is at 100%. I think that's good. I think that's a good percentage. You want to be successful here again, and looks to be a 23-yarder.
For Sanchez, the kick is deflected, and the Woodlands will run it back. Number 26, Timothy Park will run it back, and he will be brought down at about the Cleveland 5-yard line here. So it'll be another turnover on downs for Cleveland.
You know, with the replay here, Woodland's able to get to being able to get through the line, and then you're just watching Park just park. And Gilkey was there sort of on the tackle. Park ran into one of his teammates as he was almost about to take it to the house.
Looked like it was going to be a train wreck for 2 seconds.
The train was coming, choo-choo.
Yes, it was. So now it'll be 1st and 10. We'll see where. It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Woodlands, but let's see where the referees decide to spot the ball. I believe they will spot it at the 6-yard line. But again, this is just what we've seen from this Woodlands team all night. You know, we've seen just massive, destructive defensive plays here like that blocked field goal. And we've just seen massive offensive plays here, both on the running game and both on the passing game tonight. And it's just been one heck of a game for this Woodlands Highlanders team.
And they were able to keep the shutout intact. You know, that was what was going in store while they were lining up to block that field goal. They wanted to keep the shutout. They are successful with keeping the shutout. And now they are back in the red zone looking to capitalize.
So Stevenson back in the gun. He will hand it off to number 14, Drew Corley, who will score for another Highlander touchdown. It's a 6-yard rushing touchdown for Corley. And Woodlands is up 62-0 pending the extra point.
All the Woodlands needed was one play to get back into the end zone. This run game has been very effective tonight. And if you were to actually look at the stats, 7 of the 9 touchdowns from the Highlanders have come on the ground.
And the snap and the extra point was good. So you'll see again on the replay here, Stevenson will hand it off to number 14, Drew Corley, and he will just be able to find that hole in the offensive line and just run through and score.
Great blocking from this Highlander offensive line, being able to part these holes where there's plenty of time for the players who's ever running the ball, whether it be Haskins, whether it be Corley, Outlaw, any of them, even Halsey. They're all able to have plenty of time to let the play develop, run through the holes, and they've all been able to capitalize tonight with this different regime of the Woodlands ground game that they've had scripted for tonight.
So after that drive, it will be Woodlands 63, Cleveland nothing. We will see Gilkey and Harrison still back to return for Cleveland. Tate Ryan to kick off. And he will kick it deep. Harrison will actually catch it this time.
Starting from the 2.
He'll start from the 2. He stays on his feet, breaks the tackle, and he will be brought down at around the 16 or 17-yard line for Cleveland. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Cleveland 17-yard line.
Woodlands didn't really want them to have another touchback. Wanted to see how this return team can play. And while it was about 15-yard return, this is the furthest back that Cleveland's going to start their first drive, their opening drive, their initial drive.
And we've seen teams like this before just really be back in the trenches of their own red zone and their own end zone, just being able to try to get downfield and gain a bunch of yards. So there is a flag.
Substitution violation. We got 12 men on the field. No offense. Got him too. Got 12.
Too many men are on the field that were lining up for Cleveland. And there looks to be that they were bringing in a new quarterback. It's going to be Jacob Estrada taking snaps for the Indians, but the penalty is going to push them back 5. Now they're going to be starting back even further for this drive.
So it'll be 1st and 15. Estrada lined up in the pistol. He will hand it off to, he will fake the handoff to Garmendez. He will keep it himself, and he will be tackled by a host of Highlanders there. Leading the charge there was number 26, Timothy Park.
Estrada able to get almost all those yards back from the penalty. That was the 6th penalty of the night for Cleveland, and it's been tacked on 37 penalty yards that they've been issued tonight. Only 6 penalty yards for the Highlanders with their 2 penalties.
So it'll be 2nd and 11 here with 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Estrada again will line up in the pistol. They're running 2 wide receivers on the far side. Looks like there will be
it's a timeout by Cleveland. The play clock did reach 0. That's another timeout that this Cleveland team has had to burn from letting the play clock reach 0.
That'll be their final timeout, I believe, of the quarter.
Oh, of the entire half. That's the final timeout of the half.
So that'll be their final timeout of the half.
Because they used 2 that were down in the red zone whenever they were trying to get those points.
So now with 2nd and 11 here in the third quarter, Estrada back in the gun. He will fake the handoff to Garmendez, and he will hit Harrison there.
Good route run by Harrison. Quick comeback. It's now going to be a 3rd and 4. Call a little nice pitch and catch there from quarterback to receiver. The play clock is already at 20. See if they can get to the line and ready to go before it reaches 0.
We've seen Cleveland take a lot of time to line up on the ball tonight. Estrada back in the gun. He will fake the handoff again. There's a blitz coming from the Woodlands. Estrada will throw it and hit Harrison downfield around the Woodlands 40-yard line for an Indian first down.
Another first down from Harrison. The pressure that the Woodlands brought, trying to sack Estrada, able to buy extra time where Harrison was able to get open and beat coverage downfield. He had at least 3 to 4 yards, a 3 to 4 yard cushion on the DB.
So Estrada will take the snap. He will hand off to Garmendez, who will be brought down by number 30, Brooks Woodruff. Cleveland got a no gain on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 10 here with 54 seconds left in the third quarter. The ball will be on the Woodlands 41-yard line here. Play clock now at 20.
We're close to 35 seconds remaining here in the quarter. See if they can get at least 2 plays off before the end of the quarter.
Gilkey will take a low snap there, and he will keep it himself, but he will be brought down by a host of Highlanders who will have about a 2-yard gain there. Or, excuse me, Estrada.
I have a feeling Cleveland's just going to go ahead and let this.
So it looks like Cleveland will let time expire. And at the end of the third quarter, Woodlands 63, Cleveland nothing.
That's the end of the third quarter.
You know, Jackson, we've seen a lot of. It's been very interesting tonight with this game. You know, we've seen. I know Woodlands is up a lot now, keeping a shutout.
Yep.
But we haven't seen a lot of urgency tonight from this Cleveland offense.
Well, they've been unable to really capitalize. They've had so many 3-and-outs, turnover on downs, and the turnover in general with the interception. They still actually huddle in the more traditional style that you would see teams in the NFL. Cleveland doesn't play that much up-tempo where you'll see some colleges and even some high schools. For example, Grand Oaks, they play more of an up-tempo style offense, and I haven't had a chance to see Conroe play much this year, and I'm sure that they do.
Estrada is being chased down.
Thought he had the reception, but apparently came out. Reynold Jones had the ball come out after that, after having a hand on it.
Raylan Jones there was able to just get on that there and just make a play and push him out, push Randall Jones out of bounds for an incomplete pass.
Yep. But as I was saying, a lot of the tempo you don't see, they're getting lined up now. Play clock's right at 10, so they need to line up really quick, especially it's 4th down as they're going for it here.
Estrada with a snap. He will back. There is a rush from Woodlands.
It's going to be another turnover on downs. They were going to attempt a screen. Fortunately, a lot of Highlanders, especially Landon Imheiser and Bryson Bourne, were able to put so much pressure on Estrada that he had to cough it up quick, and it was tipped by the Highlanders. Now it's a turnover on downs, and the Woodlands are bringing their offense back out, coming at their own 38 with just 11:47 left in regulation.
So Parker Stevenson will line up in shotgun formation here. And he will throw a screen. It's number 46, Payne DePasquale.
That's a mouthful.
This is very much of a mouthful. He'll be brought down at the 44-yard line.
DePasquale.
For a gain of 6 there, so it is 2nd and 4. So Stevenson will be in shotgun here. He has number 14, Drew Corley, lined up next to him. Stevenson will throw a quick screen to number 84, Alex Mayer. And it was just short of the first down. So it'll be 3rd and 2 here.
Coming back into getting into Cleveland territory right at midfield. Woodlands needing to continue to control the clock, take as much time off as you can, and eventually get 3 yards, get a fresh set of downs, and continue to eat up time and let the play clock and game clock, everything expire so you can go home with this W.
Stevenson with a low snap. He will hand it off to Corley, who will break a couple tackles and be brought down around the 46-yard line, and it will be a Highlander first down. That was their 15th first down of the night for the Highlanders.
all that the Woodlands has been doing tonight has been able to continue and get first downs, controlling this game on all facets of the field, offensive, defensive, and even special teams.
So Stevenson back in split back formation here. He'll have a little bit of a low snap. He will hand it off to Mayer. Will be with about a 7-yard gain there. So it'll be second and 1 here. This ground game tonight from the Woodlands has just been dominating.
And a lot of these Cleveland players have been, it's called Ironman football. That's a little bit of an old school terminology. They're playing both sides of the field a lot. And you know that these players are winded. They're doing the best that they can with the amount on their roster.
So Stevenson will throw a screen to number 38, Dylan Harris there, the sophomore wide receiver. He will be pushed out of bounds at around the 45-yard line there. Or excuse me, the 35-yard line there. So it'll be 1st and 10 here from the 37. Play clock just under 20 seconds. Stevenson back in split back formation. They're running 2 wide receivers on the far side of the field. Stevenson will take the snap. He will throw it to number 11, Cadriel Outlaw, who is still on his feet. And he will be pushed out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. And that's another Highlander first down on the night. They're nearing the red zone.
Outlaw was lined up in the slot. Another quick pass. Able to get another first down. I believe that'll be now the 17th first down for the evening. Woodlands continuing to control this drive as they're in cruise control right now.
Stevenson will throw a screen to Dylan Harris, who is still on his feet, will be pushed out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Woodlands at roughly about around the 3-yard line. And
Another great underclassman getting some more reps tonight. Dylan Harris, a sophomore wide receiver. I just like what the Woodlands is doing, giving everyone the opportunity to touch the ball. They're spreading the ball around great. They're running the ball. Everyone's pretty much getting touches tonight, getting reps, and that's what you want from your team.
1st and goal. Stevenson will hand off to Drew Corley. It looks like he will be brought down at about.
Corley able to get 2 yards on the carry. One of those short gains tonight. Just a yard shy of the end zone where they're going to break this and turn into a 70-point game.
So Stevenson talking to his lineman now. He will get back in split back formation. It'll be 2nd and goal, but it'll be from the 1-yard line. Stevenson will hand it off to Alexis Mayer, who will score, and it'll be another Highlander touchdown. It was a 1-yard rush for a touchdown by Alexis Mayer. So Tate Ryan out to kick the extra point here. Holding the snap will be Starzik. The hold is good, and the kick is good.
Good snap, good hold, good kick. As you see from the split back formation, the design run, easy 1-yard carry. for Mayer to get the touchdown. It is now a 70-point game. It's been all Woodlands. I believe that's 8 rushing touchdowns tonight and 2 passing touchdowns. Peyton, did you go do your push-ups at the half?
I did not.
Why are you saying it so softly?
Well, I'm coming off an ankle injury myself. Okay, no big deal. All right, I will do the push-ups next week.
But you're going to also have to do the push-ups that you're going to earn next week on top of these push-ups this week. Coming off an ankle injury, I'm looking. You don't have anything on your ankle? You're wearing sneakers. There's no brace.
Yeah, keyword sneakers.
What do you think people do? They work out in tennis shoes and sneakers? I see people lifting in the gym in Vans. What are you talking about? It's going to be a run back here from, looks like Gilkey was on the return for Cleveland. This will be the 12th drive of the evening for Cleveland.
You can hear in the background here the band playing Hey Baby already.
Trying to get out of doing your push-ups. You should be ashamed of yourself. Milton at least does his push-ups. I know Milton does his push-ups at home. Milton said he did 9. Milton is one of our guys here in the booth with us. Oh, I think Milton said he did 10 push-ups.
Well, Estrada back. He will look and he will throw it away. Looked like he had plenty of time to throw, but just could not find his receiver on that route.
You could at least show Milton up and do 11 push-ups. You could do assisted push-ups if you need to.
This guy.
What? This guy?
As far as I'm concerned, they told me I wasn't allowed on the field, so that's just my argument for that.
Well, the T-shirt you're wearing can actually get you on the field. Or get you at least on the sideline.
Sideline, or the end zone isn't on the sideline, though.
You don't have to be exactly in the end zone. You can do push-ups up here. Just saying.
Yeah, wish we had a camera up here, but.
Well, we're less than 5.5 minutes remaining here in regulation. It's a 3rd and short now for Cleveland, looking to get another first down. They've had 5 first downs tonight. Had one of the best drives of the evening recently.
Estrada taking the shotgun pass. He will throw and hit Harrison on a pass. Harrison's still on his feet. He will be brought down at about midfield. Or excuse me, he will be brought down about the 30-yard line. He ran up the middle of the field.
Yeah, in between the hashes. We knew what you were saying.
Yeah. So it'll be, looks like it'll be 2nd and 5.
No, that was a first down.
Oh, that was a,
He got the first down. You're worried about those push-ups. Sweating over there. Not from doing push-ups.
okay.
It's a screen pass to the sideline, to the far sideline. Cleveland putting some positive yards. They're showing that they have a little bit of a pass game this drive with Estrada under center.
Jackson thinking I have an all-access pass up here.
What about an all-access pass? What?
Trying to make an argument for push-ups. I do them. I do them besides the broadcast. Okay.
Estrada back, overthrowing Harrison in the air, high pass. I thought you were trying to tell me that I need to do some push-ups. I do push-ups. I go to the gym. I might not look it, but I do. Be lucky that you have your metabolism where you do right now, sir. Once you reach a specific age, goes on the decline.
So it'll be 3rd and 6 here with just a little bit over 4 minutes left in regulation. Estrada will take the snap. It was kind of low. And he will be brought down around the 35 there. It was about maybe a 2-yard gain there. It'll be 4th and 6 for Cleveland now. Or excuse me, 4th and 5.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and bring Gilkey out to punt. Play clock is right at 10 seconds left. Need to get the snap off in time.
Cleveland here with no timeouts.
Another blocked kick on the Woodlands side. Cleveland's been punting a little unorthodox. You want to have typically a little more than 10 yards. You want your punter back at least that. You have plenty of time to get set, able to line up the punt, get it off with plenty of time, and give your team enough time to make it downfield. But with what Cleveland has been doing, it's about they're in that pistol-style formation with that quick snap, and Gilkey has to get set, kick it right away. Not enough time to position the ball where he needs to.
So Stevenson will take the snap. He will hand off to number 42, Daniel Park, the senior running back, who will have maybe about
that was an 8-yard run.
So it'll be 2nd and 2 for the Woodlands.
Woodlands getting excellent field position here. Still working as slow as they can. Eat up plenty of this clock. Coming on 9:30 here at the bank.
Stevenson taking the snap. He will hand off. He will hand off again.
And Park gets himself another first down. And the Highlanders are back in the red zone.
I've seen the Highlanders a lot in the red zone tonight. Just them being able to just command this football and just carry it downfield with them.
They've scored 10 touchdowns. They could potentially get the 11th.
Stevenson in split back formation here. He will take the snap and he will take a knee.
Woodlands showing good sportsmanship here, not trying to run up the score as much as they have been. Ready to, under 2 minutes, take a couple knees. You are already 1st and goal. Take another knee because Cleveland's out of timeouts. Just continue to let the clock run down. You're going to go home just a little after 9:30. Get home, get a quick shower, get to bed. All these students ready to get back to class tomorrow.
So Woodlands lined up in victory formation will take another knee. And they will let the clock run. You can see.
Yeah, Woodlands players already on the sideline getting ready to line up and show sportsmanship, good sportsmanship, saying good game to the players.
This will be 3rd and 18 here. The clock at 40 seconds. The game clock at 40 seconds. Stevenson will take a knee again.
That's going to do it.
Yeah, that's going to seal the deal for this game.
And just showing, the Woodlands showing good sportsmanship. you got to give a lot of respect to Cleveland. Coming into tonight's game, you knew that this was going to be a high-scoring game from the Woodlands. See what they had in store, putting 70 on the board, not allowing Cleveland to make it to the end zone. Great goal line stand from the Woodlands defense 2 drives ago, and yet I understand that being a Cleveland player, you're going to be going home with another loss. But the fact that you are playing both sides of the ball, you're getting gassed, and you're playing against one of the better teams in the district. Nothing to be ashamed of. Played your hearts out there, and you made some great plays. 6 first downs. A lot of good. You saw something, especially in the second half with Estrada under center. I will say that. The sophomore quarterback, you might have something going there for later on down his career in school.
And really just, Gilkey was probably one of the most gassed as he was playing quarterback, and then he was punting, and then he was trying to play, and then he was playing defense, and then he was
special teams. He was even returning kicks.
So he was probably one of the most gassed players of Cleveland. But overall, just they were just trying to do everything in their power to stop the Woodlands, and the Woodlands just put it on them tonight.
Well, the one thing I said in the pre-show set the tone. Woodlands set the tone within the first 2 minutes of this game. They came out, put in a huge 3-and-out, were able to get down the field and score right away. And after that score, the tone was already set. You saw what the defense had in store. You saw what the offense had in store. We're going to see a lot of the game highlights here. I'm pretty sure it's all the scores from the Woodlands throughout the night. We'll probably have that interception thrown in there too because it was a big turnover. But something that you should be proud of for the Woodlands. You got another district win. You're still 3rd place right now. You're going to be playing Conroe in a couple weeks. Conroe is actually going to be playing Willis next week. So one of those teams are going to get a loss. And in district, you will be tied in second place with whoever is going to be on the losing end.
And really just it will be so crazy of a game because we have seen both Conroe and Willis be undefeated for a big, gigantic portion of this season.
Conroe has been the big surprise this season, but they haven't played Willis yet. They haven't played the Woodlands yet. They have both of them coming up. Conroe's playing Grand Oaks tomorrow night. Grand Oaks is ranked 4th in the district. A lot of things are happening in the district where you kind of see the seeds for 1 through 4. Like Grand Oaks are trying to make it to the playoffs for their very first time in school history. And with the way that the Woodlands is playing, it's pretty much easy going for the rest of the season. I mean, you can look, they got Caney Creek coming up. Let me see who else is on the schedule for. Woodlands will have College Park next week. That's always a good, fun matchup. New Caney, Woodlands will be playing New Caney on the 25th.
That is their
homecoming.
That is their homecoming night, yes. And you will hear me in the booth for that game.
I see that.
Be accompanied by a special guest for these next 2 Fridays. I'll just say that. So you can expect some good football coming up these next couple of weeks. A little bit of some other things to note for tonight. We had Conroe was on a bye last week. They will be playing tomorrow night. They will be playing Grand Oaks tomorrow night
here at the bank.
And the team on the bye this week was the Oak Ridge War Eagles.
Yep.
So
Woodlands. Oak Ridge is on a bye this week, and tomorrow night it'll be Grand Oaks. Sorry, I was looking further ahead in the schedule. I apologize. Grand Oaks and Conroe here, and tomorrow night it'll be College Park on the road at Caney Creek at Moorhead. If you were interested in tuning into that game as well.
So, with the Woodlands win over 70-0, that'll do it here for us in the broadcast booth. We've had a great night of football tonight. My name is Peyton Reeves.
I'm Jackson Cochran.
And we will see y'all tomorrow night for Conroe and Grand Oaks. Have a good night. Stay safe. And have a good rest of your night.